If they can recruit, straight from PNG soil, two ordinary rugby players and turn them into superstars and premiership winners, in Marcus Bai and Justin Olam, they can turn any Kumul into Dali M medalist in the new PNG NRL team. Australian NRL today respects one club for its sustained success, and you hear it mentioned time and again, the Storm system. Melbourne Storm entered the competition only in 1998, but made two Papua New Guineans, who were never known by anyone in rugby league world to superstars, and both won Dali M medals in their respective positions. Apart from this track record with PNG, the Melbourne Storm team is forever playing in the finals, and is the only club in NRL that never buy big-name players but develop their own. Now that Papua New Guinea is set to enter NRL in 2028, almost the entire NRL community is writing the PNG team off any wins or finals appearance. They could be right because New Zealand Warriors are yet to win a premiership. Phil Gould, an NRL magnate, publicly states that PNG team will and is meant to keep the wooden spoon. Yes, but if Melbourne Storm could turn Marcus Bai and Justin Olam into superstars, the same can be done for the rest of PNG's league talent. This is the gold truth. All that PNG NRL needs to do is to borrow what the NRL calls it, the Storm system. How can PNG legally do that? Narrate PNG has researched and written with video creation to show why we think the above route is the better way PNG NRL can be competitive in the NRL with sustained success and exporting more talent from Papua New Guinea. If you love rugby league and want to be in the game with the newest NRL team, stay through this video and know the depths of the insight shared below. And please help our channel by a like or subscribe, and we will appreciate it. We picked the Storm system because there were NRL clubs who made millions of dollars, winning so much fan, grand finals, and sponsorship, but failed to build a strong back-end or sustainable league system, and hence are struggling in both the on-field performance and in the boardroom. Unlike Melbourne Storm, these clubs actually struggle. We bring them up in this video so you understand the seriousness behind why we want PNG team to be successful. And here it is. Rugby league's early history was defined by two powerhouse clubs, St. George Dragons and South Sydney Rabbitohs, that set records which still stand today. In an unprecedented run, St. George captured 11 straight premierships between 1956 and 1966, a feat unmatched in Australian rugby league and often regarded as one of the greatest streaks in global sports. Their red and white dynasty was packed with legends, names like Langlands, Raper, and Gasnier. And for over a decade, the Dragons were the most feared team in the competition. Similarly, South Sydney Rabbitohs established themselves as a titan of the early decades, accumulating a record 21 premiership titles. The Rabbitohs, as foundation members of the competition since 1908, won title after title through the 1920s and 1930s, then continued their dominance in the 1950s and 60s, cementing themselves as the most successful club in Australian rugby league history. However, past glory is no guarantee of future success. As the game evolved with nationwide expansion, professional structures, and the modern NRL format, these once dominant clubs struggled to maintain their winning ways. Seen in the analysis, Storm, a new club, has seen sustained rise, only second after another century-old club in Roosters. But where are the other historical clubs such as St. George, whose golden era faded after 1966, and while they secured a few more premierships in the 1970s, their dominance never fully returned. Following a merger to form St. George Illawarra Dragons, the club has won only one premiership, 2010, in the modern era. South Sydney suffered an even harsher decline. After winning the 1971 premiership, the Rabbitohs did not reach another grand final for 43 years. At one point, they were even removed from the NRL in 2000 due to financial and off-field issues before being reinstated in 2002, only to be bailed by the gladiator, Russell Crowe. It wasn't until 2014 that Souths finally ended their premiership drought, lifting their 21st title in an emotional grand final. These dry spells revealed a fundamental truth. Legendary status alone is not enough. Neither club built a self-sustaining system to continuously refresh talent and maintain success in the professional era. Their victories were tied to particular generations of players, rather than an enduring structure that could regenerate greatness year after year. This is the new benchmark. Melbourne Storm's solid and unwavering performance is the only lesson PNG NRL must emulate. Why? In 1998, a new club from outside rugby league's traditional heartlands entered the competition, the Melbourne Storm, as an expansion team in a non-rugby stronghold in Victoria State. Many NRL pundits bet that the new team will take ages before defeating formidable teams like in Sydney and Brisbane powerhouses. But Melbourne shocked the league by winning their first premiership in 1999, just 1 year after entry into the competition, proving that their rise was no fluke. Since their inception, Melbourne Storm have been the most dominant club of the modern NRL era. By 2018, they had already played in 8 grand finals, an extraordinary achievement for a club just 2 decades old. Unlike other teams, their success wasn't just based on a great generation of players, but on a system that ensured they remained at the top, as explained by BWM in this background visual. From the moment Craig Bellamy took charge in 2003, Melbourne set a new standard. Making the finals was no longer an achievement, it is normal annual gameplays. Barring a one-off salary cap penalty in 2010 that wiped out their season, Melbourne have never finished at the bottom of the ladder. A preliminary final appearance became the expectation, and anything less was considered a failure. How did a latecomer club achieve what century-old franchises could not? The answer lies in what is now called the Storm system. Under Bellamy's leadership and a forward-thinking club culture, Melbourne developed a long-term blueprint for success. Their model is built on strong leadership, elite player development, a culture of accountability and excellence, and more importantly, and astute recruitment strategies. Rather than buying established stars, Melbourne Storm built their own champions. Players like Cameron Smith, Billy Slater, Cooper Cronk, Greg Inglis, and Israel Folau were all signed as unknowns, then developed into some of the best in the game. Their grand final teams have always featured homegrown talent, proving that their winning formula is bigger than any one player or coach. At the core of Melbourne's success is an ingrained culture of discipline, accountability, and self-improvement. Every player in the Storm system knows their role and the standards expected of them. The club has a reputation for turning average players into stars, a testament to their ability to extract the best from every individual. When Cameron Smith, Billy Slater, and Cooper Cronk left the club, many expected Melbourne to finally decline. They didn't. Not like the PNG Hunters, who won grand final in 2017 and thereafter became another average club. PNG cannot take the same into NRL. Instead, Melbourne seamlessly transitioned into a new era, winning another premiership in 2020, proving that the system is bigger than any one player. Not every great club has been able to replicate Melbourne's model, and the consequences have been brutal. Take the Brisbane Broncos, for example. Once a powerhouse with 6 premierships between 1992 and 2006, they collapsed into irrelevance from 2019 to 2022. After legendary coach Wayne Bennett departed, the club went into freefall, suffering their first ever wooden spoon in 2020. The Broncos had talented players, but without strong structures and leadership, they crumbled. Similarly, St. George Illawarra Dragons have become a shadow of their former glory, struggling to compete consistently. Despite their rich history, the club has lacked a clear system to sustain success and has cycled through coaches and players without direction. Both cases show that talent alone doesn't guarantee success. Without a solid foundation, even the most historic clubs can fall apart. Now, as Papua New Guinea prepares to enter the NRL in 2028, the lessons from this history cannot be overlooked. These are real lessons. Hunter's history is a lesson. Passion and raw talent are not enough. The team must build a Storm-like system to compete from day one and ensure long-term success. Fortunately, the right people are available at the perfect time. 2 key figures can help PNG emulate the Storm system. Cameron Smith, the greatest player in NRL history, a master tactician, and a leader who was essentially a coach on the field. Smith has publicly expressed his interest in being involved in PNG's NRL team. His experience in leadership, culture building, and high-performance environments makes him the ideal figure to guide PNG's NRL club. We will tell you gossip. Please keep it secret. Billy Slater and Cameron Smith are the upcoming supercoach of the NRL. You have seen Billy did it with Maroons. Smith was leading Billy up front and knows more game insights. The secret is that these two were groomed and mentored by none other than the current supercoaches Wayne Bennett and Craig Bellamy. PNG is just lucky to have Cameron Smith, and Justin Olam and Marcus Beye are going to settle things down with Smith. Talking about the Storm system, let us pick out Justin Olam, PNG's most successful modern player and premiership winner. He was just a raw talent transformed by the Storm system. Marcus Bai is another, but for now, we will focus on Olam. While Olam had hoped to play for PNG's first NRL team in 2028, injury concerns could see him transition into a coaching or mentoring role. His first-hand experience of what it takes for PNG players to thrive at the highest level makes him the perfect mentor for the next generation. Bringing Smith and Olam together would be a masterstroke, one as a head coach or high-performance director, the other as a development mentor and culture leader. PNG has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build a club, not just a team. The NRL team cannot be just another PNG Hunters or New Zealand Warriors merely participating and not winning a premiership. No, this team has 17 million fans, much higher than any NRL team, and it should be in the top tier as soon as it enters the NRL competition. If the right systems are put in place, PNG's NRL team could emulate the Melbourne Storm and become a powerhouse for decades. This is not just about 2028. It's about building a legacy that ensures PNG is a dominant force in rugby league for generations. Now is the time to act. We cannot be another New Zealand Warrior winning no grand final. The goal of this video is to tell the wider stakeholders of the new NRL team to be owned by Papua New Guinea. This is about building a good team and steer a new culture of success building from people who lived and breathed in the successful Melbourne Storm system. If you agree, like, subscribe, and share this video to go viral until we see this message reach to the people in charge of PNG NRL. Thank you, and God bless PNG.